It was summer 2009. I was running around a big oak tree chasing my little brother with a stick. We were visiting my granddad for the day, and he lived on this little farm in the middle of nowhere, Alabama. And as we were running, we heard something that made us stop instantly. He said, "Boys, it's ready." And we instantly ran to the picnic table, and we sat down, and my granddad pulls out this massive, huge, cool, juicy, homegrown watermelon out of his fridge in his shed. And we sat there, just could not wait to dig into this thing. He cuts it open, he cuts off a slice, we pick the seeds off, and we had been running around in the sun all morning. We were kind of tired, hot, and very thirsty. And as we bit into that watermelon, it was the greatest thing that I had ever tasted. Fireworks were going off in my head. It was the sweetest taste. It was so juicy and refreshing. And we sat there and ate until we were absolutely full. We could barely even walk. We ate so much watermelon. A few hours later, my mom comes to pick us up, and she takes the extra watermelon, she packages it up, and takes it home with us so we can enjoy the next day. But as the next day rolls around, me and my little brother had been inside watching TV. We ate lunch. Then we had our usual fruit roll up after lunch, which was this little like candy thing that was just like a sheet of paper of candy. And then we were sitting there and we thought, you know what? What if we tried some more of that watermelon again? It was so good yesterday. So we go to the fridge, pull the container out, open it up. And as we go to eat this watermelon that was so insanely juicy and the best thing we'd ever tasted the day before, we put it in our mouth and swallowed it. And we kind of looked at each other, and it was so bland. It did not taste good at all. It tasted like just water, like red water. And as a kid, I could never understand how the watermelon that was so good yesterday, and it didn't change, tasted so bad today. And I slowly came to learn that the same reason that watermelon tasted bad on the second day is the same reason why you can't get your stuff done. The same reason why you are losing in life and you're not accomplishing the goals you want. You see, 2 years ago, I was losing in life. I was making like $2,000 a month. I was not where I wanted to be, working a job I didn't really want to be at, and I needed to make a change. But as I tried to do these productive habits, I just couldn't make myself do it. I wanted to do these good things so bad, but whenever I get home from work, I'd be so tired. I would turn on a YouTube video, I would grab some snacks, and I would just lay there until I had to go to sleep, and I did the same thing the next day. So if you're in that situation, if you are a loser right now, at least you think you are, here is why. The same reason that watermelon tasted bad is the same reason you can't do your stuff. Because our brain runs off of comparison. And anything worth achieving in life, anything worthwhile truly is going to be hard. So what you have to do is you have to trick your brain into enjoying the hard stuff. So in our first example, when I was outside running all day, I was thirsty. I hadn't really had anything stimulating. Me and my brother were just outside in nature. It was hot. We had no sugar that day. And then we go to sit down and eat that watermelon, and it tasted incredible. We ate it and ate it and ate it till we were full. The second day, we had not been outside. We'd been watching TV. We were very stimulated. We then had lunch, so we'd already kind of had our fill. And then we ate candy on top of that, something so insanely sweet and artificial. It was stimulating our brain more than it ever should have been. We went to try that watermelon, and it tasted like water. It was so bland. That's how work feels to you. You see, right now, I'm living in the first scenario. Whenever I'm done working, I don't do anything. Guess what I do? I go lay in the floor. I don't even allow myself to lay on the couch. If I'm not working, I lay in the floor, or I go for a walk, or I journal. That's the only options I have during the workday. That's it. So to me, because I've starved myself of any kind of stimulation, when I go to work, I love it. In fact, I'm addicted to it. It's like a video game. I can't even watch YouTube anymore if I wanted to because I'm so addicted to working. But you are having such a hard time doing the littlest amount of productive things. And that's because you're so stimulated. Your brain is so overstimulated, and you're wondering why you can't work. I want you to imagine you sit there on TikTok, and every half a second you get a hit of some random garbage. Every half a second. Like that is like the crack cocaine. As crack is to health, that's what TikTok is to your brain health. You're just sitting there just taking hits. Can you imagine trying to go to work after that? Like trying to sit down and do an hour of focus after that? You won't be able to. But now I want you to imagine that you were stuck in jail and you had nothing. Or imagine you've been sitting there staring at a wall for 30 minutes and then you try to go work. That work is going to be way more fun than what you just did. And because our brains work off comparison, you're going to actually be enjoying your work. Guys, if you're not getting stuff done, it's not because you can't will yourself to do it. It's because your brain doesn't want to do it. Your brain would much rather have the stimulating stuff because it's designed to keep you hooked. That's the whole point of the TikTok and all these apps, is to give you what your brain really wants, which is cheap stimulation. So here's a tweet that I tweeted. Actual productivity hack. The less stimulating the rest of your day is, the more stimulating your work will be. Less YouTube, TikTok, and video games. More walking, reading, and journaling. Watch your productivity 5x in a week. This principle changed my life. And I would rather you never watch one of my videos ever again if you were to quit YouTube than for you to keep on putting off your dreams and delaying what you actually want to achieve just so you can get this cheap dopamine. And you have to decide for yourself, is your mission, are your goals worth the sacrifice of all this cheap, meaningless pleasure? And if your answer is yes, then you know what you need to do. You need to clear out your whole day to where you have nothing you can do but work, genuinely rest, not watch TV, but like literally lay down, eyes closed, meditate, something like that, read your Bible, read books, something, or go for a walk. That's it. Or do exercise. You should rid your day of anything else. There's some days where I won't even listen to music. That's how crazy I've taken it. Because my brain is so stimulated just by having a little bit of music that some days I'll have to just get rid of it so that I can really get all that motivation and all that willpower straight from work. So if you're feeling like a loser in life, start here. Start by getting rid of everything. Don't even start with doing good stuff. Just remove the bad stuff to where you literally sit there and stare at a wall. And I promise you'll find the motivation. Anyways, see you guys tomorrow.